You've seen the account. Screenshot after screenshot, green candle after green candle. A trader online claiming they haven't had a losing trade in months, maybe even longer. And some part of you wonders, what if they actually figured something out that you haven't? What if there's a strategy out there that just doesn't lose? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why a trader who never loses is not someone to follow. They're someone to run from. Not financial advice, just education. Let's get into it. First, let's destroy the fantasy that makes this so appealing. The idea of a trader who never loses isn't actually about trading. It's about escaping risk entirely. Every person who has ever lost money in the market has at some point wished there was a version of trading where you simply never had to feel that pain again. That wish is completely human. It is also completely incompatible with how markets actually function. Markets move based on probability, not certainty, which means losing is not a sign that something has gone wrong. Losing is the cost of participating in a system that has no guarantees. A trader claiming zero losses isn't claiming a skill. They're claiming to have broken the basic mathematics of probability itself. Here's the one idea that changes everything. A trading track record with no losses is not evidence of skill. It is evidence of one of four things, and none of them are good. Let's go through all four, because each one explains a different version of the same lie. Possibility 1. They are not showing you everything. This is the simplest explanation, and by far the most common. A trader posts their wins, every single one, in real time with screenshots, with excited captions. The losses, if they happen at all, quietly disappear. No post, no mention, no follow-up. This isn't necessarily even conscious manipulation in every case. Some traders genuinely convince themselves that losses don't count, that they were anomalies, that they don't represent their real strategy, but the selective posting creates a feed that looks like an unbroken win streak when the underlying reality includes losses that simply never made it to the timeline. If you only ever see wins from someone, you are not looking at their results. You are looking at their highlight reel. Possibility 2. They are using an unsustainable risk model that hasn't failed yet. This is more dangerous than simple lying because the wins are real. The trader genuinely has not lost. But look closer at how they're managing risk. Some strategies can produce long winning streaks specifically because they are taking on a small amount of risk repeatedly while occasionally exposing the account to a catastrophic loss that simply hasn't happened yet. Think of a trader selling options without any protection, or one martingaling position size after losses to force a recovery. These approaches can produce months, sometimes years, of clean winning streaks, right up until a single event wipes out everything at once. A trader who never loses using this kind of model isn't skilled. They are sitting on a landmine that hasn't gone off, and they may not even know it themselves. Possibility 3. Their sample size is too small to mean anything yet. A trader can genuinely have a clean record over 10 trades, 20 trades, even 50 trades, purely by chance. Probability allows for streaks. A coin can land on heads 10 times in a row without the coin being unfair. The question is never whether a streak is possible. The question is whether the sample size is large enough to draw any conclusion from it. A trader with zero losses over a small number of trades hasn't proven anything yet, including to themselves. The market hasn't had enough opportunities to test their actual edge. Confidence built on a streak this small is confidence built on incomplete information, and incomplete information has a way of becoming very expensive very quickly. Possibility 4. They are not actually trading real capital, or the trades are not what they claim. This covers everything from demo accounts presented as live accounts, to trades that are closed and reopened to hide losses, to outright fabricated screenshots designed specifically to sell a course, a signal service, or a mentorship. The financial incentive to appear flawless is enormous. A perfect track record sells. It sells subscriptions, it sells courses, it sells trust. And trust once sold is very difficult for a follower to verify after the fact. Now here's why this matters for you directly, beyond simply not getting fooled. If you ever find yourself believing that a real strategy exists which eliminates losing entirely, you will chase that fantasy instead of building real skill. You will blame yourself every time you lose, convinced that somewhere out there someone has solved a puzzle you haven't, when the truth is nobody has solved it because there is nothing to solve. Losing is not a malfunction in trading. It is a structural feature of any system based on probability. Here is the mindset shift. The traders actually worth learning from are not the ones who show you a perfect record. They are the ones who show you their losses alongside their wins, who can explain exactly why a losing trade still followed a sound process, who talk about risk management with more detail than they talk about their winners. A trader being transparent about losing is giving you something far more valuable than a highlight reel. They're giving you a realistic picture of what skill actually looks like inside a system that guarantees nothing. The next time you see an account with an impossibly clean record, don't ask, "How do I get that?" Ask which of the four explanations is actually happening here: selective posting, hidden risk, small sample size, or outright fabrication. One of those four is always the answer, because the fifth option, an actual strategy that defeats probability itself, does not exist. Drop a comment. Have you ever followed a trader who claimed never to lose? What happened? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next video. Stay disciplined.